Sahana bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Titi, you have a question?
Hari Om Janki ji. Can you hear me?
Perfectly.
The video froze, so I thought maybe there's an issue with my end. This point number 5 that you were discussing last time, I wasn't there for the live class, so I'm finding it a little difficult actually to understand whether what the example that was given about this book and the studies that were done, is it fitting it with Vedanta? Or it isn't? Is it just that it is fitting in, but the terminology used is different? Is that the correct understanding?
Firstly, never ask whether it's fitting with Vedanta. Ask whether it's the truth.
It's the truth. Okay, yes.
If
Yes.
it's not the truth, whether it fits with Vedanta or doesn't fit with Vedanta, doesn't.
Yes.
We believe that Vedanta has the truth. And if it doesn't fit, that means we have to examine our own understanding. So now we can't deny the truth of this because
it's an established study.
Yeah, the guy exists. Unless we doubt that the guy exists, it's true because the guy exists. There is a guy who is very capable of all the intellectual work, but feels nothing emotionally about it. So the guy exists. Okay, so it seems like he falls within the gambit of what Vedanta is saying: use your intellect, forget about your mind. So suppose we take that Vedanta is saying this, then it's not working clearly. So either A, Vedanta is not saying that, or B, we have not understood what Vedanta is saying. Only two possibilities exist, right? So now which one is it? Out of reverence to the great masters, we say, I have not understood. Okay, so let's see now, how is it true? If it is true, how is it true? It is true, we have established, because the guy exists who is like this. Is that really what Vedanta is saying, that we should become this mechanical robo type of person who has no feelings at all? Then we realize no. If you look at Krishna's life, certainly not. That's not what comes across. We don't see a heartless person. We see Rama's life, we don't see a heartless person. We see Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Vivekananda, whoever you think is great. You don't see heartless people who are these robotic people. So if we are understanding Vedanta like that, or the intellect like that, obviously that's not correct. So Damasio is not Damasio's case study is not a reflection of intellect at all. Because remember what intellect was for us? That you digest a knowledge and therefore can
Implement it.
Implement it. Very good. You see, he's failing straight away there. According to us, if you can't do it, you don't know it. He can't do it. That means he doesn't know it. That means it doesn't fall within the realm of the intellect. Okay, that's the point. That will Vedanta make us these robotic, maybe nerdy, geeky kind of people.
Hmm.
No, because that's not what it's prescribing at all. And we know that from the descriptions. It itself is described, no, all the people who are supposedly great Vedantans. We are not seeing those kind of people, robotic, Spock-like. So they're not nerds or geeks or this guy Eliot, as Damaso has said. But now Damaso has added one thing to it. He says, now this is his theory, that you get a lot of somatic markers. Somatic markers are like what you feel in your body or mind. Those are your somatic markers. So he is saying that actually it is not your intellect, but the somatic marker. Because if you've collected enough somatic markers, you will be able to decide, implement, and all of that. Okay. Now he has enough study to prove also that these are the somatic markers. Okay. So you're with me so far, all the points?
Yes.
Now we go to the next step. So what are these somatic markers? Remember, we've always said that whatever you have digested, your mind is going to feel. So obviously it will become a somatic marker. So it is fitting in beautifully with everything that we have learned.
Yes. Okay. And this line particularly the new knowledge in point number 5, the second line, the new knowledge becomes the mind. I can't comprehend. I didn't understand what that exactly means.
The
He
new
just said that.
No, in the sense, I understood the digestion part.
so once you've digested it, what happens to it? It becomes your desire, right?
Okay.
So that's your mind. If you digest the knowledge, that is your desire, that is your thought, desire, action.
Okay, get it. Okay, now I get it. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Deepraj.
It's just a technical point. I mean, this Elliot person, he has some brain injury. So, but he is said to be using his rational thinking or whatnot. But his mind is not expressing. His emotions aren't expressing. So, in Vedanta, we know it's thought, desire, action, right? So, how is it that he's stuck at thought and not desire and action? Like,
This is
what?
superficial thought.
Okay.
So it's not
But
manifesting any further. It's like sometimes you have vasanas that don't manifest, right? So that thought is not being allowed to manifest any further. So he's not
okay.
able to create the desire or the action, therefore. It's sort of stuck there. Which, since you brought up this point, would be also an interesting thing because, I mean, totally off the point, of course, but an interesting derivation that we can derive out of this, a derivation we can make out of this is we've often had this question, why do you even have a body? Right? So, our answer to the question why you have a body is because your desires have to express in action. Now, see, in Eliot's case, that part of the brain is removed. So, that body part isn't available. So, we can't express any further. There's an argument against ghosts. There's how can ghosts connect with this world without a body? And if they could, why do we have a body? If only our mind and intellect can connect with this world, why should we have a body? Why don't our mind and intellect also connect directly? So that's how we establish, right? So it is an interesting derivation from this thing. The body part is not there, that action cannot happen, therefore that desire cannot uh, go further wherever that body part is supposed to take it.
Yeah, so there is a connection between the thoughts and the body, but the connection is very weak.
No, there is no body there. That brain part is not available. It's like you lost a leg. How will you walk? The body part is not available. So the mind cannot express.
Okay, but at least he's receiving stimuli from the external world through the senses.
Hmm.
So he has some part of that still there.
No, only that part of the brain is available that doesn't deal with uh, that deals with sight and senses is available, but that which deals with emotions isn't.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
Same thing we say for coma, right? When you are in coma, it's not like you've reached realization, you've lost all thoughts. Body is not available. So these are interesting derivations, nothing to do with this. The point here that we are making is that when you have an intellect, it doesn't mean that you have become robotic, nerdy, geeky. It doesn't mean any of those things. But it's the most common misunderstanding of the intellect. Somehow you think intellect, then you must have been an Einstein or a Spock or something like that. Because we're not getting it. In English, the word is intellect. So an intellect is also used in the sense of somebody who's intelligent or very high IQ or something like that. In Sanskrit, there's a much better word, and that word is vivek. And the moment you use the word viveka, almost everybody understands what we're talking about. Because you see, the language, this philosophy is from Sanskrit language. So the language is designed to give this philosophy. English is not designed to give this philosophy. All our terminology is borrowed terminology. So, but if you stay with the word viveka, your understanding of intellect will sort of come into position. For those in this country who are familiar with the term viveka, you always understand viveka will have to do with wisdom, will have to do with right understanding, will have to do with balance. You understand all these things with the use of that word. Yes, Deepraj?
Yeah, again, this relates to the point of the limitation of the English language. But I wanted to ask you, is wisdom a function of the mind or the intellect?
Intellect.
Intellect.
Oh, sorry, mind.
Make up your mind or intellect? Come on, everybody. Let's
My answer, mind.
Mind, okay. Wisdom is mind or intellect?
Intellect.
Intellect. Anybody else has any answers?
Both.
Both. Fantastic, Mahesh.
Intellect.
Intellect. Okay. This class, Mahesh is the winner. It has to do with both.
मैम बट आपने और यूज किया था शब्द और माइंड और इंटेलेक्ट तो एक ही चूज कर सकते फिर तो
नहीं. Actually, both answers are right. Intellect gains wisdom. Okay? That's how you gain the wisdom. The intellect digests the knowledge. But digested knowledge means it is the mind. Otherwise, what have you digested? If it hasn't reached the level of the mind, what have you digested? So, therefore, you can answer both. You can answer mind, you can answer intellect. All of these will be right. Anybody new?
Both are needed, no?
Not both are needed. The intellect will gain the wisdom, but the gained wisdom lives in the mind.
So then it starts with the mind.
No, it doesn't start with the mind. It starts with the intellect. Why will it start with the mind? The intellect has put in the. Okay, what is wisdom? Let's start. Wisdom is when you take in some information, reflect upon it so much that that knowledge, that information becomes you. This is the difference. Knowledge is something you know. Wisdom is something you do. Now, when your mind has completely absorbed that wisdom, it is your desire. That is what you will most naturally do. It is what you want to do. Suppose you have understood that this is my body, you will most naturally want to protect it, no? If you understand that this is my family, you understood this, you will most naturally want to protect it. If you understand this is my country, automatically that will come. You're not putting in effort. This is how you feel. Okay, so a patriot is one who cares about his country so much that the way we care about our body or the way we care about our family, because he's understood country is me. So when you say I've understood something, it means that is your desire. It is your desire. It is not something you think is good. It is something you desire. So digestion of knowledge is its conversion into desire.
So now your digested knowledge, we can call that your self-conditioning, something like that.
Now
Because
you
it has,
call it desire. Why is conditioning? This is now your desire. All your digested knowledge is your desire. Therefore, if you have to gain knowledge, you have to get the next level of desires.
so if we are really being technical about it, wisdom is in the mind.
That's what I said. You can say it in whichever. It is not wisdom unless it has come to your mind. So you can take it in whichever way you want. However, wisdom is not gained through the mind, it's gained through the intellect. The mind is doing nothing, it's the intellect that's doing the work, and mind that is enjoying the fruit. So now whose is it? Suppose a man goes to work, he earns lots of money, then all the money gives to his wife. Now, who is the owner of that money? You can say the man because he earned it, or the wife because she holds it. So you can say whatever you want. Or other way around, for all feminists in class, suppose a wife earns a lot of money and then gives it to her husband, and the husband enjoys this money. Whose money is it? So you see, you can answer yes or wife, husband, you can do all these things. But as long as you get the idea, which is all wisdom means your mind has changed. That's why you
Thank you,
say
Janvi.
that, yeah, if you don't do, you don't know. When you do, you know. That means your desire is like that. Therefore, you're doing that. So
Okay,
when
you
you say that, oh, I like Vedanta very much, but I have no time, I'm so busy, you automatically understand they don't know what they're talking about. I'm too busy. I have so many things. I think Vedanta, doing the Vedanta course is the most important thing. What to do? I can't come. Means you don't understand. So many reasons to not come. That means you haven't understood. Unlike our friend Deepraj, he immediately signed up. I'm just amazed by this example. He just said, forget my PhD. I am going to do Vedanta. And as the institution comes running behind him, they take the PhD. Please don't go. I mean, amazing. When you say, I don't care about the lower, I'm going to go to the higher, somehow the lower starts chasing you. It's the most incredible thing in this world. You will be surprised if you genuinely and truly decide to sacrifice something lower for something higher. The lower will chase you. Mahesh, since mind and intellect are products of vasanas, can we not say wisdom is a product of vasanas? We can say vasanas is equal to wisdom. You can't say the product. It's equal to whatever is your wisdom is your vasanas. Because that's what you understood. Suppose I understand that you are my enemy, I will automatically behave in a particular way. I will have those feelings, that thinking, that feeling, that action. If I understand that you're my child, I will have those type of feelings, those type of actions, that type of thinking. Whatever my understanding is, everything is going to flow from that. So whenever we see it's not flowing, we understand that it is not understood. Okay. Yes, Sarthak.
मैम पहला क्वेश्चन इज कि क्या कहते हैं ये वासना को आप विजडम से कैसे इक्वेट कर सकते हो? विजडम इज एट द लेवल ऑफ द माइंड व्हिच इज मैनिफेस्टेड बेसिकली एंड वासनास आर समथिंग अनमैनिफेस्ट. दैट्स माय फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन. द सेकंड क्वेश्चन इज डू वासनास इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज?
Stop. एक करके जाओ ना. Why is Vasna equated to a wisdom when it's not manifest? It's not. Okay, now you say महेश को बोल रहे हो और है मुझे बोल रहे हो नहीं है. What you're saying is right. That is why originally we don't say Tlaga. Vasna we don't talk about at all because it is unmanifest. But the moment you are you I mean, what is digestion of knowledge is change of the personality. Where is this information stored? In your vasanas. So that's why we are accepting it. It's like
बस मैं आपसे
got it?
आपसे यही बुलवाना था मुझे. अब एक चीज बताइए, डू वासनास इंक्रीज एंड डिक्रीज? यू आर सेइंग वासनास कैन इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज और दे कैन चेंज.
Yes.
Now, mind and intellect are at subtle grosser level than vasanas.
Correct.
How are we saying that इधर का कुछ भी उधर चेंज कर सकता है कुछ भी?
The question is a very good question.
They are अब वो सटलर है ना, तो फिर आप कैसे?
Correct. नहीं हो सकता. You're right. It's a very good question.
ये क्या बात है?
I agree also. You say ये क्या बात है? अब मैं क्या बोलूं इसको? No, it's really a very good question. Therefore, when you come to the higher levels of Vedanta, we do not say that all this is done at the level of the mind and intellect. We say all this is done at the level of, who's going to tell me?
Free will.
Purusharth.
Very good. What is happening to Mahesh today? All sixers today. Suddenly he has become like, oh, every answer is right. Correct, Mahesh. At the level of Purushartha, it's happening. Now, think about this carefully. I can't go into Purushartha because once you start that, the whole class is gone. But just for your understanding, you are living at a certain level. All of us are living at a certain level. We have no vasanas for things better than that. Correct? How is it possible for us to even conceive that I will strive for a better life? It's not possible.
हाँ, क्योंकि मतलब आप कह रहे हो कि सेल्फ एफर्ट उससे भी सटलर है.
So that original decision is made by self-effort. Then the intellect follows, then the mind follows, then the body follows.
या फिर आप कह रहे हो कि सेल्फ एफर्ट पहले वासनास को चेंज कर रहा है, थोड़ा सा मतलब चेंज कर रहा है, और फिर वहां से नीचे जाके चेंज हो रहा है.
Yes, but अभी ना self effort हम जानते हैं ना वासना जानते हैं, इसलिए we talk about the mind. But when we come to like questions like what you're asking, कि ये हो ही कैसे सकता है, it's impossible. Then we go back to explain the mechanism.
Janki, I've never heard of the term self-effort. So please explain something.
Oh my God, who is saying this?
Mukta. And this is my first class.
Mukta,
वही.
I genuinely answer everybody's question in class, but I can't answer yours. Not because the question is bad, it's a very good question, but because of my incapacity in telling you anything that will make sense to you. So I suggest that you go to the YouTube channel. Now somebody will have to help me here. Can anyone give Mukta the video on self-effort and destiny? Mukta, are you on the laptop or phone?
On the laptop.
Okay, cool. So can somebody post it for Mukta so she can just sort of keep it on her laptop? You can put it, open it and just keep it. You can listen to it after class. I'm just very briefly going to tell you this. Self-effort in Vedanta is known as Purushartha, which translates as free will. Vasanas is the part of your personality which is bound. And Purushartha is the part which is free. So where you get freedom to do whatever on earth you want with no restriction, that is Purushartha. Purushartha can influence Vasanas. Vasanas cannot influence Purushartha. So it's a very complex topic. So I'm just telling you this for what it's worth. Now, rest of it, will you listen on the YouTube channel?
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Ma'am, so can we say that self-effort is our greatest asset?
No, because it is not yours to claim. You are part of Purushartha. Purushartha is not yours. But it is a choice that you as a human being do possess. But to say this is my choice sort of makes no sense. You don't exist without that choice. So, it sounds very odd to say this is my asset. No, it's not. It's not in the sense, of course, it's an asset, but it just sounds very funny to say that.
हाँ मैम, क्योंकि अभी कॉन्सेप्ट ही समझ नहीं आया इसलिए
Okay.
अभी वो अब बाद की किसी क्लास में कवर हो जाएगा. थैंक यू.
So can we say that we are the self, and so as a self we exercise Purushartha?
No, because
No.
why would the self exercise Purushartha?
Yeah, there's a problem, but it's a possible answer, but may not be right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very anything that goes to self, Purushartha, or Vasanas is beyond the intellect, and so therefore there's really no point talking about it. So Deep Raj has put the video over here for you, Mukta. I assume this is the video about it.
Yeah, that's the video.
Okay. All right. So where were we? We were trying to discuss the.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Namaste, Janki, ma'am.
Namaste.
Yeah, I have a doubt that Vedanta says subtle survives. When a body perishes, what goes with you is your mind and intellect and vasanas. Sometime we make also.
And what does it mean goes with you? There is no with you.
Okay.
Mind
Transfers.
and intellect with Vasana transfers. Yeah.
Transfers.
It's not, we are not carrying it somewhere.
Right. The subtle survives. Now we have two cases here. One is Alzheimer and one is frontal lobe removed. In case of Alzheimer, the intelligence of memory is not working. But the mind and ego is working. The emotions work and the ego works. In case of frontal lobe removed, the intelligence works, but you say the emotions and mind doesn't work.
Who told you emotions work in Alzheimer's? It is not possible for the emotion to work until recognition takes place. If I don't recognize you as my son, I cannot feel for you the emotion a parent would feel for a son. So wherever recognition has gone, emotion has gone as well. Without intellect, you cannot have emotion.
So in that case, emotion also goes.
Of course, because no recognition.
Okay.
One of the saddest things in the world to realize is Ronald Reagan. in the latter years of his life
Right.
could not remember he was president of the United States. How can he be egoistical about it? It's impossible. Only if I know I was president, I can be egoistical. I don't know it now. How can I have ego about that? Wherever I don't have memory, ego is gone. In fact, very, very interestingly, in the Gita, he uses the word memory to mean ego.
Okay. So the subtle will survive in any way, no?
Yes, but it is not being able to manifest.
Okay. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Jayashree, this one truth has been my game changer. Thank you. Most welcome, Jayashree. Which truth are you referring to?
We know it, we do it.
Oh, okay. Yes, if you know it, you do it. Correct.
If I have not done it, means I don't know it.
Good. You don't say, oh, I think I should be very healthy, but I do nothing about it. That means you don't know it yet. I think I should study Vedanta, but I can't get up in the morning, and you don't know it. Yes, correct. All right. So now where were we? We were studying all the misunderstandings of the intellect. Mukta, I don't know if you're aware. This is the book we are studying. Are you aware of this?
Yes, I've taken it from Kindle.
Oh, you have. Okay.
Mhm.
How did you know about the class, Mukta?
Annie Sethi shared your WhatsApp message.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Very good. So we are doing this book, and the chapter we are currently on is the one that explains the use of the intellect and why the intellect is so important in our happiness. Now, this is what this chapter is about. Without an intellect, a person cannot be happy. This is very, very strange for most people to think of. They say, what is intellectuals? They are not happy. Why would somebody who is very smart be happy? Most smart people are not happy. So it's a difficult concept that intellect means happiness. You don't have intellect, you will not be a happy person. Now, why don't we grasp this concept is because we misunderstand intellect. Now, intellect, all the misunderstandings of intellect we were doing. First misunderstanding of the intellect that we did was that intellect equals information. Because you have degrees, because you know a lot, your chat GPT is not happy, knows a lot, but is not happy. So information does not equal intellect. Second one is that emotions are nullified. That when we say intellect, 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 for some reason people believe that we are against emotions in some way. That's not true either. Third problem people have with this intellect story is they say, oh, you lose all spontaneity if you use your intellect. That's actually not true. You do initially lose it, but when you get it back, you become much more spontaneous than anyone else because there's no internal resistance. You're so quick at being able to tell whether this is a moment for me to be spontaneous or it is not. Then fourth thing is people say, no, you all talk too much of intellect, but there should be a balance between mind and intellect. No, that's also not correct because who is to balance mind and intellect? You have only mind and intellect. Intellect is balance. And then this one you have been hearing, that doesn't mean you become a nerd or a geek. Doesn't mean any of these things. And when you say using somatic markers to make decisions, it's actually a good thing. We say use somatic markers in one case very often. Which is the case in which we are using somatic markers? One case we are often said.
Somatic markers in the sense that these are my values and all that.
Yeah, whatever's in your mind and in your body. your feelings, either body or mind. And we use them.
I mean, we use them for bhakti.
Yeah, I was just going to say expressing in bhajans and basically, no.
That's the one where we most use these kind of things. Come on, Mahesh, you've been having sixers all in class.
Actually, I don't even know.
Describing the values, ma'am.
I'm not clear what
We
somatic.
use,
Somatic
we use somatic marker to ascribe the values.
Yes. They said he's saying use somatic markers to ascribe values. He's saying that we use somatic markers to ascribe values. But in Vedanta, which is the one place where we constantly say this? Don't be like that. You've been thousands of times.
When you were explaining the meaning, of somatic, someone spoke in between.
Somatic markers are your feelings either in your body or in your mind. Like, for instance, what? You're going in a dark alley and you start feeling this fear. That's a somatic mark.
Is it waking up in the morning because that's the best time to study?
No, somatic
Okay.
markers. If you have a somatic marker for waking up in the morning, you're doing very well. But in which area specifically we say that you have to see what are the feelings and actions, feelings of your mind and the natural actions of your body.
Dharma?
Very good. What is happening to Mahesh today? We have to give Mahesh a standing ovation. What is happening to you, Mahesh? Every question you're getting right today. So yes,
What did he say?
Swadharma. We say, no, you must look at your likes and dislikes and all. That is a boring Vedanta way of putting it. These people say, in psychology and all, they put it in such a way you feel like, kuch bada bol diya. And we will say, follow your likes. In Swadharma, you look at the bulk of your likes and dislikes. Oh, boy. Oh, Vedanta is so boring. Like what we say in 1 second, other people are using big words and big terminology and ye or wo. And impressing everybody. This is why is Vedanta not impressing anybody is what I don't get. All these big words and all sound so good. I mean, he's written a whole book on Eliot. His whole book is on Eliot. And it's one of the standard books. Everybody reads it. I mean, who are interested in this kind of stuff. And we say, read Vedanta treatise, people will say, what is it? Yeah, it's nice, it's a good book. Good book. It has everything. Nothing beyond that book. Literally, can you imagine having written a book beyond which there is nothing? Anything you have, it is there. No, how can all the knowledge be there? We'll study that knowledge and you will see how it is all there. But eventually, knowledge can all be, what shall I say, encapsulated in small pellets. Eventually, it all works out to some basic principles. And the genius of Vedanta has been to come to these basic principles. Now, unfortunately, it takes a genius to understand that. That is why we are all struggling so much. To be able to encapsulate everything in a few shlokas, in a few words, he's told you everything. Ishavasya Upanishad, the first 2 verses tell you everything. Everything else is an explanation. Ishavasya midagum sarvam yat kinchit jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjita makrita kasya svidhana. Ishavasya, this whole world is pervaded by the Lord, the living and the unliving. That means there is a reality behind everything that we perceive. There is some transcendental truth, some reality, some God. God in the sense, not in the way we understand God is sitting there to grant us and bless us and all. Not like that. There's a reality beyond all this. Isha Vasyam Nidagam Sarvam. Kinchit, whatever there is. Jagatyaham Jagat. In this Jagat, in the living and non-living. Isha Vasyam Nidagam Sarvam. Isha pervades it all. Isha means the Lord. Isha Vasyam Nidagam Sarvam. Yat Kinchit Jagatyam Jagat. Tena Tyaktena Munjita. May you enjoy by renunciation. Understand that basic one truth, and all of life is enjoyment. May you enjoy by renunciation. Renunciation of what? The false understanding of this world. Kasya swidhanam. Kasya swidhanam means whose dhanam is it? Whose wealth is it? That which you're chasing, whose is it? In other words, what you're chasing is yours already. Everything that you want is yours already. What do you want? You want the infinite, but that you are already. Kasya swidhanam. Whose wealth are you coveting? Is there a second over here? There's only you. Whose wealth do you want? That wealth is already yours. Verse 1, second verse. Kurvanneveha karmani jichi vishechata gum samaha. Work 100 years. Live 100 years working. Meaning what? If the first verse is not clear, do karma yoga. Simple. Then he says, if you don't do either, this is suicide. Oh yeah. What else is there for you to know? The whole world of knowledge is encompassed in this. Now, if you start opening this thing out, it's like an onion. You keep on opening. What all will you? So there are more and more and more layers. I'm telling you in two words what it's saying. But if you start opening it out, it will become Vedanta treatise. You start opening it out further, it will become Ramayana. You open it out even further, it will become Mahabharata. You can open it out as much as you want. But if you start condensing it, it will all come back finally to merely 3 words. Tattvam Asi. Imagine all the knowledge of the world encompassed in these 3 words. They encompassed it. Now, for us to unravel it from there is very difficult. So we have to go step by step. You have to start with you have a body, your mind, and intellect, step by step by step. And, sort of unravel this whole thing. Mahesh, panskiism is a very respected view in today's philosophy. What is panskiism, Mahesh? Suddenly you've gone somewhere else.
No, basically it's just that consciousness is primary. So it's all pervading. Consciousness is not just related to the brain. That is, normally in the West, they think it's part of the brain, right? But now there's a sort of movement that panpsychism is pan is, pan is everything. Psychism is the consciousness. But it's just that it is now a respected view because consciousness is not easy to understand. So
I'm sure everybody is impressed by you. Like I was saying, you're something very simple which we say, these people will put in some complicated manner that nobody understands. And then everybody will say, wow, kya bola. Arey Baba, it's simple. Keep it simple. I won't say the last word. But yes, it's a very respected view in philosophy, but they are wrong. They're taking consciousness as an individual consciousness. If they are taking, then they're wrong. The way we are using the term consciousness is beyond thought. They're taking consciousness as thought.
no, it's pan. The word pan implies it's all pervading. So it's not.
Yes, but does it mean thought or not?
No, it's not. Thought is separate.
Is it conscious of anything?
I can't be sure, but I mean, it's basically that it is primary. That's it. I mean, everything else comes out of consciousness, just like Advaita says. In some versions, at least. Okay. I mean,
Actually, they're still figuring it out. It's called the hard problem of consciousness. So they're still figuring it out, its real nature. And they're basically saying that we thought matter was primary, and now they're saying we have to research something regarding consciousness. So basically, they are not clear about its nature as of yet. That's why it's a problem that they need to solve right now.
Okay. Anyway, we are solving it in our way, which is saying that, come on, everybody, let's all commit ourselves to using our intellect. Okay. And then last point was, what was our last point? That when knowledge is digested, becoming nerds or geeks. We won't become nerds or geeks. All right. Are you clear, Mukta? Is it too much or is this clear so far? You're muted.
I'm kind of getting it. I will read the book and on which chapter are you?
We are on governance. What is the number of this chapter? Let's see.
Chapter 5.
Chapter 5.
Okay.
Chapter 5 it is.
Oh.
I have the link, or is it the same link that you use every time? And you meet every Friday?
Yes, every Friday. Same link, same time, same book, same everything.
Okay.
That boring lot, all same. Everything is same.
Mastery. Repetition brings mastery.
Absolutely.
I'll be there.
So now let us now that we've understood what the intellect is, what the intellect isn't, what the intellect can do, now we have to come to the important question. How do you strengthen this intellect? Isn't that what we're doing? Yes, that's what we're doing. That's the important thing that we should have. We have a lot on the intellect thing. I didn't realize that there was so much written here. There's so much. I didn't, in the relationship book also, so much is written on the intellect. Too much on intellect, I think. But कुछ भी बोलो कोई फर्क ही नहीं होता. It's not growing. Same intellect. A lot of talk of intellect, but then it doesn't grow any further. Okay, strengthening the intellect. The intellect is strengthened through reflection. Please underline this line. Underline it 10 times. Intellect is strengthened through reflection. There is no other way to do this. People who understand this will do what? Remember, if you know it, you do it. If you've understood this, how do we know whether you've understood it?
Morning study.
Huh?
Morning study.
Very good, Sarthak. That's number one. Number two, what is the second thing you will do? Deepraj.
Introspection.
Okay, fine. Chalo.
Attend class.
Okay, fine. What is the second thing? You all are not wrong. Right. Number
Whatever you learned in morning
Yeah.
study, you implement it throughout the day.
do your do your yoga asanas and keep the body ready for the day to do further
okay, they
karma
won't have,
yoga and all of that.
but that's not strengthening your intellect, that's strengthening your body. If you have understood that that reflection strengthens the intellect, what will you do? Sarthak says morning study. Correct, because morning study means you're reflecting. Second thing you will do.
20%.
awareness.
Sorry?
Try
20%
and be in awareness. Sorry.
Okay, Mukta, go ahead.
Try and be in awareness all through the day to the extent possible.
You can only execute this if you have strength of intellect. Otherwise, awareness will fly out of the window in a second. To the extent Attend the PG diploma course. Good idea. Good idea. We should get a little sales points in also. Yes, correct. Attend the PG diploma. But you're right. But I'm looking for another answer. One is you will do your morning study. Second thing you will do is
You apply
Group
it.
discussion.
very good. Who said that? Bharat. Very good, Bharat. You will attend group discussion. That's why, Deepraj, I asked you. You thought I asked you because of PG diploma. This is also a point. So, yes, group discussion you all don't want to do. You all think I'm just bunking and taking life easy, and so you will also bunk and take life easy. Not people are not arrived coming to group discussion. They say, no, why I get bored, everybody's talking all over the place. And why are you not keeping them on track? You're so smart, you keep them on track. Yeah, it's
Yep.
also quite
Please be the monitor. We need new monitors.
Yes, in a couple of months we're going to need new monitor. So, you what grumbling about group discussion, treating group discussion like some stepbrother or something. Class is our main thing, okay? Group discussion, I can buy. No, because that's where you're forced to reflect. It is not given because the teacher wants a holiday, it's given because the student requires it. So, correct.
Ma'am, can I suggest one idea to make group discussions interesting?
Yeah, sure.
Ma'am, every time we go there, the questions are very random. Instead of that, you could provide each student with an assignment or something like that on some book. The questions will be fixed, and then everyone can come and share their views and try to answer the question which is already fixed, rather than random stuff. It's not interesting. Rather than you fix the questions, questions come from you, then we all discuss the questions, and finally when we are fixed with the answers, then we discuss the answers again with you. That will be much better, and you can take a vote from other like students if they think my idea is okay.
No, I won't take a vote, Sarthak. I have to think about it, and you can think along. Number one, what you're saying is in some sense good, that we can give structure by providing questions. Providing questions is not difficult. However, you must remember what is the purpose of our study itself. The purpose of our study is that people learn to engage their intellect. When a question is given, we have taken out the first level of engagement of intellect, which is you have studied, not understood, and figured out why you're not understanding. This is your first level of engagement. We can definitely make it simpler by giving a question. It's like an exam then. But here we're not giving an exam. Here we are trying to do something to engage the intellect. And number one, so therefore it's better if people come up with their own questions. The second reason it's good if people come up with their own questions is because every time there's a question, it's a learning opportunity. You see, when people keep telling us things, we don't learn so much as when we have a question and we go hunting for the answer. So we are denying people, by giving them questions, we are denying people that window of opportunity to want to know something in particular. So that's why we don't do it. However, you're right insofar as it will certainly make it easier if we provide questions. So if it is appearing that there are no questions available, people cannot engage at that level, then we can give questions. But as far as I know so far, in class, as far as I know, at least, Deepraj or Bharat or anyone can correct me, we haven't had a dearth of questions. Is that correct? It's not like the group came and nobody had a question.
No, that happens quite often in group discussions. Yeah, it
Yes.
does.
So
Ma'am,
we
it's
can-
not just the dearth of questions. You were saying the conversation began that GD has less people interested. So my point was how to make it more interesting rather than to engage the intellect. First, we have to come to the class. First, we have to get interested in doing the action. Then we can improvise on the action.
yes, but okay, I mean, true, that little bit of uh, emotional motivation is what we are trying to do when we are saying that if you understand this line, strengthening the intellect only happens with reflection, then this will be the consequence. So that gives people a little more reason to come to do these two things. Now, are we making it easier? Are we making it more interesting? We can definitely make questions. I don't know. I would prefer not to, but Deepraj, we can make a bank of questions so that whenever a group doesn't have a question, some question from that bank could be given to them. Let's make a bank of questions. Let's have
That
10
would be nice.
questions in our bank for now. They can choose. Nobody is giving them. They can choose of that bank, whichever one they would like to interact with. The important thing is think of your intellect as a gear. In first gear, there's a lot of power, but speed is very low. That is like, initial enthusiasm is a lot, but then it peters down. You have to engage the intellect. It's like the gears have to be engaged. And then the engine starts running better and better at higher and higher
Ma'am,
speeds. Hmm.
there's a small issue with this particular way of going. Let's say I am studying Bhagavad Gita and Aditi Didi is studying Vedanta treatise. She's studying 15 chapter, let's say randomly, and I am studying 14 chapter of Bhagavad Gita. My questions will be pertaining to what I am studying, and her questions will be to pertaining to what she's studying. So, firstly, whenever I come to the class to answer her question, I won't have the background that she has with that question. Her question came because she has background with that particular topic. So that's why when you give us a question, the background is fixed, everything is fixed, everyone is equally, I don't know what's going on because you provided the question. You said, today let's do a question on Sadharma. Let's see how people know, how much people know about Sadharma. So everyone will give their points on what they know, and the question is fixed. So I don't know. I think I'll be more interested. I don't know. What about other students? You can, I mean, they have their own opinions, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we already covered that. No, we keep a bank. If the class, if that particular group which is in it wants to take a question, they can take it. And it doesn't matter. When you're engaging your intellect, you don't need as much background knowledge. You need the capacity to be commonsensical, to have clarity of thought. That's what we're trying to do. So if will be a bank provided, and we'll do that. So now coming back, the intellect is strengthened through reflection. Please, there is no other way to do this. The intellect is strengthened through reflection. Whatever is fed grows. Feed discriminate thought, and that will grow. Feed indiscriminate thought, and that will grow. Feeding discriminate thought is feeding the lion of knowledge. Feeding indiscriminate thought is feeding the sheep of ignorance. Feeding the majestic lion makes one king of the jungle and maintains nature's balance. Do you want to feed the sheep of ignorance or the lion of knowledge? What is it you want to feed? Please know what you want to feed. Be clear about what you want to do in life. And once you are clear about what you want to do in life, it will flow in that direction. Reflection is the food of the intellect. If you're not doing that, intellect doesn't grow. Intellect doesn't grow, you become sheep. It's that simple. Okay, so that is it for today. We will meet again next time. Hari Om.
Hari Om, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hari Om.
Thank you,
Hari Om.
Jackie ji.
Hari Om,
Thank
Janki ji. Thank
you.